Hey, it's JC1424 once again with NASCAR Thunder 2004. And in this episode of our third season in career mode, we are going to be completing race 3 of 36, which is the UAW Daimler Chrysler 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. In the last episode, we raced at Rockingham, where I started on pole, led the first 20 laps of the race, and spun the car entering pit road and lost it to Bobby Labonte. We finished in second, which is still very good. And I think that race helped me instead of actually doing damage for us in the points or anything, because I ruined a bunch of pit strategies for races because it was right during pit stops and stuff. I didn't do it on purpose. It was an accident because I'm trying to use the right analog stick and control the throttle, and yeah, I guess I couldn't handle that because I did it as I went into turn 3. I probably should have been doing it after I entered turn 3. So a reminder about that. Las Vegas. This track has always been hard, and our car is finally almost great as we need it to be at a track like this, so we should be pushing it to get a top 5. We might struggle just to do it or only get a top 10, but yeah, we're second place in points now because of all the stuff that got shuffled around that race. Just 22 points behind Bobby Labonte. I'm planning on winning this championship, and boy, I am on my way, and that shouldn't have happened so soon. Pissed off Matt Kenseth because we were in traffic after the caution came out and bumping around because I guess I was not warmed up to actually race people. I was just planning to dominate and have nothing to do as far as traffic. So yeah, that video was just a complete embarrassment, but I guess for the sake of your humor, it worked. At first I was like, oh, he's just going to lead the whole race, and I thought I was going to do that too, and then I did that. It was Jurassic Park sponsorship. It was rigged by Jurassic Park because Bobby Labonte's paint scheme. So quick select the chassis, engine, and body for Las Vegas. Car rating of 71 again. The chassis is fresh. We just got this out of the shop, and then the engine and body are used from Rockingham. Condition down to 97. Could have been like 98 or 99, but yeah, after the caution and stuff, it was just bumping around with people and just brought it down a bit. But still should be definitely good enough for us to go out there and finish in the top 5. At least qualify in the top 10 to keep the Outback sponsor. For my setup, I went something rather common, which is like negative 0.5 turns of wedge and 20 psi. Because our tires aren't wearing down as badly as they probably were last time we came here, 20 psi shouldn't be like that big of a deal. So we've got some grip, and the car will slide a little bit going to the corners like I want it to. I just hope this car isn't freaking terrible in the long run like it was last time we came here. That was really rough on us. I don't even remember where we finished. I don't even know if we got a top 20 there. Maybe we did. But let's hope that our second qualifying lap is good, because I know that first one we weren't really up to speed or yet, or really prepared. 40th. Okay, I could do better than that. We will do better than that. Don't hit the wall, JC. Take this corner at the appropriate speed. I was waiting for it to start turning, and because I braked that one extra time, I started underdriving the exit. Okay, let's make turn 3 perfect. We can do this. We're using Race Day 2016's paint scheme. It's a really wild kind of car, and yeah, this is one of those that made it in the Season 3 paint scheme contest. Like this one. It was made on NASCAR Thunder 2003, by the way. Okay, pretty darn good improvement. 22nd place. I can't start in the top 10 at a track where I can never start well at all. I don't know what to expect from Atlanta, but starting 22nd, we got a bunch of cars to pass. I think it'll be a miracle if I get a top 5 in this race, but this is going to be just bad for our sponsors all around. But I think we'll still have Outback no matter how bad this race goes. Maybe Atlanta can go well next week. I'm used to seeing Tony Stewart and Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the front row, but there we got Jeff Gordon and Bobby Labonte, winner of the previous race. We make Jeff Green check up so I can get to this inside lane. No. We're starting behind Greg Biffle and Casey Mears. It's been a while since I've had to start behind these guys. Robbie Gordon. Robbie Gordon started well in the Daytona race, I think. Okay, getting one off of turn 2, making contact with Biffle because I can't get him to steer. See a fancy driver right there. That is the ugliest fantasy paint scheme out of just all the ones that EA Sports ever made. I swear, you have to agree with me. It is orange with fucking purple racing stripes. Who in their right mind? These are like made by the people that make the games. They just purposely want to make a bad paint scheme. Say, I have the one that's the bad paint scheme. I made that one. I don't know. Okay, so we've already made up 8 positions. And that's not 8 positions, that's 6 positions since the start of the race. On Hermie Sadler, Elliott Sadler. I forget, like, how is Hermie Sadler related to how is Elliott Sadler related to Hermie Sadler? Are they like brothers or cousins or what? Because I've never even looked up information on that. I know they're related, obviously. There's no way they're not. Like, they're both NASCAR drivers. There's no way they're not related. And don't talk to me about that Robbie Gordon, Jeff Gordon shit. Robbie Gordon was never supposed to exist. Okay, having a good race so far. Got some drivers I know will be passing just because they always drop back to the field, like Kenny Wallace up here. We're pretty fast. We got a good car. Just hopefully it doesn't die in the long run like it did last time we came here. We only come here once a season. I'll tell you what, this race is going to be one of those tough ones. Like, I think they're all going to be tough races whenever we do Season 3 just because it's the last first challenge season that I plan to do. And it's a bunch of cars to pass. And some tracks, passing cars ain't easy. It's hard to field the way you want to. A good old dive into turn 1 around Elliott Sadler. Ooh, it's biting into the center very well. But it's drifting up. Let's just keep it off of Jeremy Mayfield. And around Kenny Wallace we go. Pretty soon we'll be cracking the top 10, but we got a gap to cover between Wallace and Sterling Marlin. It actually only took us a lap, and we're diving underneath Sterling Marlin right here as an ally from sharing draft when we were at Daytona. Yeah, doing that with a bunch of drivers. Tony Stewart's in that Independence paint scheme, whatever it's called. I can see it just because of the white with the orange spoiler or whatever. Underneath Sterling Marlin right here. This car is good at entering the corners and diving like that and then not drifting up afterwards because it's done that many times. I know that, like, just being on the outside, I'll dive in, and it doesn't like diving. It just likes kind of sliding back up the track once I get all the way down to the bottom. Oh gosh, what is Tony Stewart doing? He left the bottom open. I think he overdrove the corner a bit trying to block me or something like that. Could have gotten underneath him, but I didn't want to get too tight, so I just kind of took it steady. We're in the top 10 now. That was 3 wide through the front stretch. If this was the finish, man, that wouldn't be good enough for me. Still not top 5 or whatever. We got Ricky Craven in the Tide bleach paint scheme. Wow. You know, they always had like the memes and stuff on the internet about like, hey, drink bleach. And I think that became because of Woman in Black with the Daniel Radcliffe, because she drank the lye and shit, and people started making jokes about it. And then there was the Tide Pod thing, and then you've got the Tide bleach car. Like, that is the worst combination whenever it comes to millennial generation. It's not even the millennial generation. People are getting it wrong. Like, the millennials aren't the ones doing the Tide Pod shit. It's actually the next generation, which started like 2001 or something. You know, kids that are like getting from middle school, high school right now, like that generation. But there we go. We're in the top 5. This is where we need to finish. Let's keep on moving forward. Hopefully the picker doesn't suck, though. We've caught up with Bobby Labonte, trying to go up to the top so that he tries blocking me. And we'll dive underneath him going to 3. Oh, give me room, man. Okay, well, no one's pitting. I was kind of scared. Like, I couldn't tell if they're moving from it, if they're pitting or something, but I know there will be soon. So let's get around Bobby Labonte. God, we got very similar straightaway speed. I mean, look at this. Staying neck and neck, just like that. Like, not even advancing on one another. And then you got Matt Kenseth, the guy that I just freaking crashed into whenever we were at Rockingham. It ain't liking finishing the corner right now, and I should focus on the race, not commentating about Rockingham. Bobby Labonte dumped me into turn 3, just not letting me finish the pass, you asshole. I mean, there's no reason to be making comments like that. Like, racing's racing, but so fucking frustrating. And now he's beating me on straightaway speed, driving into me. I'm not really doing anything. It's 2019. Fuck 2019. It's awful and it hasn't even started yet. These videos are just coming out in 2019, even though they're recorded in 2018. It's the year's bad and it hasn't even started yet. Damn, man. Bobby Labonte, fuck you. I'm so pissed off. I want to be pissed off at somebody. I don't want to just be pissed off. That's not good enough for me. You damaged the car. I've got to use this chassis in the next race. There goes Kenseth down pit road. I was surprised it doesn't say Bobby Labonte's a rival after the contact we made twice. Okay, well, that's some time we're going to have to gain back on these guys. Please tell me I'm somehow going to get a top 5 in this race despite all the crap that's going on. But just one thing after the other. Like, Daytona, I get screwed over by a fancy driver on lap 1. Rockingham, I choke before pit stops even can begin. And then in this situation, I'm trying to pass Bobby Labonte, but he's racing me so hard that I get myself dumped into 3 almost. It's the halfway point. I'm entering pit road. Don't spin it going in. I've had enough of that too. Don't speed either. There we go. Perfect pit road entry. I did something right. Holy crap. Okay, so no repairs or damage. It's actually not going to cost us time if I do, so... No, not even going to chance it. 4 tires, full tank of fuel. The car setup is perfect until I go dumping myself. What is this year? Oh! January 1st, January 2nd, January 3rd. Every fucking day is just... Well, I mean, tomorrow we've got, I think, NASCAR Thunder 2002 quick race episode. How's that gonna go? Oh my god! Learn how to use the wrench, you fucking idiot! Everything this year has gone wrong. I can't turn. Well, I think it helped me more than it ruined my race. But I come off pit road, I'm on the gas, I'm turning the car all the way to the left, and then it ain't turning. Just destroying the chassis, destroying everything that I'm going to need in the next race. This car probably ain't going to drive that good anymore. This Las Vegas, it's always bad in some shape or form, but this is 2019. It has to be the worst possible thing ever. When will the fucking year get good? Someone tell me, please. I would love to know. Don't hit the wall. I don't need that. Okay, get around Sterling Marlin. We're on fresh tires. It's a little bashed up. It's pretty close to being a lot of bashed up. I mean, if we still get a top 5, then that's a miracle. But I highly doubt with all the shit that I'm going through. Those guys are going down pit road. We'll just dive past them. There goes Elliott Sadler. And Rossi Wallace is staying out. It says we're in 15th, which is still better than where we started, but pit stops we got to cycle through. Freaking pit stop mistake. And if that somehow doesn't lose me a bunch of positions, that means that without the mistake, we would have been in the lead or some shit. Please just play out not so badly. After pit stops, we're in 9th place. We have to pass 4 cars to get back into the top 5. We'll start with Ricky Craven in the Tide Bleach car. See 3 cars up there that I can pass. So, I already passed the first one. So yeah, I just got past 3 more cars, and I see those within striking distance. We've got 9 laps to go. Make that 8 now. I can do this. We can do something in this race. I need this for Coca-Cola to keep the happiness going up. We'll go to 82 if we get this top 5. And then we've got Outback. We didn't qualify as well as we needed to, but if we can keep it in the top 5 in points by some miracle, everything's going to be a miracle at this point because of how bad I'm ruining this race. And if we get the top 5 in the points after this race, we can keep the Outback happiness going up too. Actually, it won't go up. It'll go down, but they'll go up as well at the same time because of the qualifying and the ranking points. It'll just stay at 52. And even that's good enough for me at this point with how much I'm ruining this freaking race. Still, I was expecting Las Vegas to be a little more challenging than this, even despite, all the crap that I'm doing. I was expecting to struggle to keep it in the top 10, but no, we're doing better. I should have raised my expectations higher. Maybe it's a good thing that I didn't raise those expectations. Okay, so that's 1 down. I've gotten past 2 more, and that other car has been pulling away from us that was in front of Mark Martin. But, after I get past Mark Martin, there'll be just 1 more car, and I don't know if I'll be able to catch 1 more after that. I'm going to try. I'm going to drive my heart out. Just focus. Go into sweat mode after I get around Mark Martin, because I'm getting on him really fast, and it's going to happen. This is Mark Martin. Mark Martin doesn't get in the way of anybody. He races cleanly and fairly and has lots of respect. Look at that realism. Okay, we're catching somebody. They're breaking out from the rest of the pack up there. I see him. And Mark Martin's getting around the outside because he's got more straightaways. If you look at all the damage I got, that's probably the reason why. Okay, guys, we're catching him. This is Kevin Harvick. And despite all the damage I've done to this car, and all the drivers I've pissed off since the beginning of the season, and the freaking pit crew, darn guy has to make a mistake whenever I need him to do it the least. Just to keep this continuum of bad things happening ever since the year started on the channel. We're going to catch Kevin Harvick. We're going to get a top 5. And no harm, no foul in this race. We've got this. Right there behind him. It's just drive by. It's just drive by. Drive by shooting on Kevin Harvick. I don't even like Kevin Harvick. That's why I got to do the drive by shooting. That was a very stupid dark joke that I regret making. Well, I should, but I don't because I have no heart or soul. 2 laps to go. Complete this pass on him. He's going to have my draft, so it might be difficult to keep the position, but I will do it. We will be able to manage. Got a pack of 4 cars. I think those are the leaders up there. It's just those 4 cars up there. It is. I could have won at Las Vegas. That's saying a lot. I've always found this track to be very difficult for me personally, but I could have won at this track if only I had not gotten dumped by Bobby Labonte and kind of did it to myself. And I want to blame him because I want to blame somebody. I don't want to blame myself because I have low self-esteem. We're gaining on the leaders too, despite the damages on my car. I took a great car and made it only good. Don't hit the outside wall of the corner. Golly, it's getting tight. Worn tires. Anything about Rockingham, it wasn't bad. It's just I choked big time, and that's embarrassing. And that's bad. Within this, could have won the race. Instead, I barely got the expectations for my contracts. But we did that, so it's just barely getting along in 2019. 2019, please get as good as 2018 has been. Matt Kenseth, my rival, won the race. Next week, we're going to Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Bass Pro Shops MBNA 500, race 4 of 36, where we'll be using Kamikaze Games paint scheme that made it through the paint scheme contest. It sucks, I know, but it's okay. I like it anyways. Matt Kenseth won that race, and he is our new points leader. It's like whoever wins the race gets the points lead. He is now 18 points in front of me, so I gained 4 points on the points lead despite not winning the race. I mean, top 5 is, it's kind of the championship results that you need. Bobby Labonte falls back to 3rd place. Tony Stewart's in 4th after winning those 2 championships. Where's Dale Earnhardt Jr.? 11th place. Kevin Harvick, who I got 5th place from, is in 10th right now. And you've got the driver respect levels. Matt Kenseth's still a little pissed after Rockingham. Jeff Burton rear-ended me, and that was all my fault, even full page in the field. I honestly thought the car was going to turn off pit road on full throttle, but I guess I had to really let off or something, because it just drove straight out. I was turning, but nothing was happening. Earl Hall, that's not going to be fixed until he races again. Fancy drivers in and out of races, and once they come in. Greg Biffle, Ricky Craven, Sterling Marlin, Jerry Adu, these guys all from, I guess, sharing draft at these races. Mostly Daytona, of course, because it's super speedway. Okay, let's go to team management. We've got some work to do on the engine and body. The chassis we're going to be using in the next race, the Atlanta race. That's where we're going to be using that chassis. We'll be down to like 97 condition. 8 races left until the boring plates come in to get some more engine power. I don't really think I need any because I'm running top 5 every race. This is just me sucking. I need to fix myself now. I've been fixing the equipment all these races. It's time to fix me. I broke myself between the 2018 and the 2019 barrier. That's what happened. Okay, so let's go ahead and overhaul this, which will bring up the efficiency by 1. It's not worth it. We'll just repair that. Whenever it's worth it, it'll be based on power. I really don't care about efficiency at all anymore. So we'll do that, not spend too much money. And then we've got the bodies. 2 races left until this comes in, which will be a 71 downforce, 66 drafting. This is 69 and 66, so yeah, this is going to be the best thing that we have. We'll use this in the next 2 races. What is this if I overhaul it, though? It's not as good as the one they're about to be using, so that's nice to know, which means I really don't need to keep this more, because in 2 races, the other one's going to come in and we'll be using the other 2. So sell that for $136,000. That makes up for all the money that I just spent repairing the engine. I don't know the name of my equipment because I'm a dummy. Sponsorship. And the happiness for Coca-Cola goes up to 82% because we got our top 5, like I said. And yeah, secondary stays at 52 because we didn't qualify in the top 10, but we're still 5th place in the point standings, or in the top 5 in points. So one thing made it go down, the other thing made it go up, and it just neutralizes. Okay, please make it stop. I doubt we're gonna win at Atlanta, but can it go as good as it needs to go, as good as it should go? Can it not be my fault if something stupid happens? See you next time. That's that, and episode over.